Hi, we're back again, and we have a lovely young lady today that's going to talk to us, and her name is Krista Lynn. I'm glad to have you back. I know that the people out there should know you by now.
I know.
Hope so.
I've been here several times. I just so enjoy it. I love talking with you.
Good, and I know that you got some really interesting things today because you gave me just an idea of them, and now I want to hear about the real whole thing.
The real whole thing. Well, I am here to talk about two topics today. Before I was here talking about my book, but it's still a writerly thing. We're talking about today two things. One, something that 4 of us authors here in the Valley got accepted for an anthology. That's the biggest anthology ever done. It's breaking the Guinness record, and it's really quite exciting to be part of it. And I think he has the slide up now. Thank you very much. You'll see the 4 of us are Molly Neely, myself, Godfrey Coppinger, and Oz Monroe. And the 4 of us just lucky got into it. It's an anthology that's sort of a worldwide effort. There's authors from around the world who were accepted, and it is being prepared now. And the way that it's going to actually beat the Guinness record is for it to sell 1,000 copies.
Wow. And
once it sells 1,000 copies, then it will be like, ta-da, the record breaker. And then the next person to try to break it will have to have 101
oh my God.
authors. But the other record was only 50. So we have like blasted through the Guinness record. And you can pre-order it right now. I think the ebook, remember this is a lot of really great stories, 100 short stories, is $8. And the paperback would be $20. After September 20th, it goes up a bit, because then you can actually go and I think order the book and maybe get it delivered. But the man who put it together is in New Zealand.
Wow.
And he just decided to do this, and he's just an awesome organizer. His company is Selenic Earth Publications, and he's, I didn't know about him, but now I do, and I'm really amazed at what he's doing. So I hope everybody will check out I think it's called The Greatest Anthology of All Time.
That's a good name.
But you can go to my website, which is KRISTALYNN.com, and there you will see on the homepage a place where you can click and pre-order it. That's probably the best way to tell people to order it. And certainly friends of Molly, Oz, Godfrey, myself, well, it should all go and pre-order this, because it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, I hear you saying it's lucky. We have a tendency to do things like that, but it's not lucky. You earned it. All of you earned that privilege to do that.
Yeah, I suppose so. We had to write a decent story, but
sure.
My hat's off to Molly, who got wind of it and was able to get 4 of us to represent California and to represent the Valley.
Gosh.
That's pretty cool.
This is really something.
It is really neat. My story is what I call a cozy horror. It's called One Hellishly Hot Night. And it was a little a story that was it won an award, but it's just a fun, cozy horror. So, but there's all kinds of stories, mysteries, police procedurals, all kinds of stories that he's put together, and I've read some of them, and they're really quite good.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I love to hear something new.
Yeah.
It makes you feel, oh boy, the world is getting a little new things and good things.
It is, and a good
happening.
collaboration of bringing all these people together. And there's been a very active Facebook page on it, and people getting to know each other, and it's kind of neat. It makes you feel like connected.
That's for sure. Because we've got to do that more. We've got to get.
We do.
And I'd like to see more of our books read over in other countries.
Absolutely.
Like my books on early American history, and I would think they would like that, because to find out about the United States. So we've got to find more ways to
and there is a way to reach out with your book internationally, and so hopefully Linda and I, when we did talk about that in a second, a small publishing company that we're starting, we're going to learn how to get people out to, get ourselves out to the international market.
Sure.
Have to do that first. There's a lot to learn. It's not easy. The whole publishing industry is changed.
Oh,
so.
tell me, I'm telling. I'm just starting to learn how to do marketing, and I think, oh my God, can I
Yes.
do this? Can I remember all of this?
Oh, it's a lot. Well, I know Linda and I would be very happy to meet with you and to show you what we know about marketing at any time. Just let us
my
know,
God.
because Linda's sitting right over there, and she will. We'd be real happy to work with you on your
This
book.
is what gives me such hope, that people are so good to me and they offer to do things for me, not because I'm here, but just because I am.
Right, because you're a writer.
And relatives and friends, and they just come in and do things for me. The boss's wife here did a book reading at book signing
Oh, I wish
for
I'd
me
have
last
been
week.
there. Oh, I would have
Oh
gone.
yes,
Oh,
oh
my
yes.
gosh.
I wish I had a list of all the people. Well, I do.
we
I
need to get a list.
We have to get a list. I have
Yes.
the names, but I don't have
You-
ways
you
to
need
contact
You
them.
need to get a little website. You need to get your email list going and send out some newsletters to us. I can show you how to do that too.
Oh, God bless you. Anyway, got something else.
Well,
too.
there's one other thing I need to tell everybody about, and we'll be back again to talk about it. But in the Valley, well, it was an idea that I had, and it's grown to where we have 5 authors, possibly 6. And it's a writers cooperative, and we call ourselves the Black Rose Authors. And the Black Rose Authors have created, I did the design and everything, a website called the Speculative Fiction Writers. And it's for people who are interested in reading and writing stories that are really intriguing, mysteries, paranormal, fantasies, speculative historicals like Linda Kane writes. And the other authors involved in this are all wonderful authors. There's Linda Kane, Krista Lynn, there's Tierney James. She's actually in Missouri, and she writes some really wonderful stories about alternate universes, which is
wow, I
really
love
very
that.
cool.
Yes.
And then we have, gosh, I'm blanking all of a sudden. We have Cora Ramos, who has actually been here and talked with you
Yeah, I
before.
think so, yeah.
She writes alternate life types of stories. And I'm blanking. Oh, and thank you, Ro Morgan, who writes sort of horror stories, but very thoughtful stories with a real human interest. Actually, she's a very good writer. Her book is coming out again. She's bringing it out with a new cover and everything. You'll see that on the website,
good.
and that is The Watcher. So she's writing The Watcher. Linda Kane did The Black Madonna, which is a wonderful story based
Great
in
name,
historical
great
a
name.
historical person in history. She's very good at that. And Cora, like I said, did a past life story, but it's centered around Mexico and the old Olmec society.
Oh.
And I write stories about hauntings in Arizona, where I grew up, on an old gold mine. So
gold mine.
yeah,
Oh.
I still totally borrow from my youth when I write my trilogy, which the next book's out soon. But basically, the site is to be a portal for people to get information, to find out about publishing, marketing,
Fabulous.
and other stories of that ilk, where we want to grow a community of authors and readers to come to our site. So we're going to give it about a year and try to grow the community. And exactly right. It's going to be also an area where people can go and read the stories that other authors have sent us, so that they can get their name out, so people can find them. And starting November 1st, we're accepting short stories to consider to put on our site. Once you go to our site, this time we can't purchase the stories, but when you are on our site, we're going to do a massive social media outreach for you, so that your name will get out there in association with the Black Rose Authors and the Speculative Fiction Writers website. And then when they tell people about it, they will come to the site, and then we'll all slowly begin to know each other and to know what books are available. And that was the whole vision,
I
and
think
it's
that's
coming
so
together.
That's so important because you feel when you're out there and you wrote some books and say, okay, what do I do with them now?
Exactly. Or if you like to write short stories and you just dabble in them, you may have written a fabulous story. Send it to us. We'll give it a look over, and we're going to be posting as many as we can during the year. And it's a free publication for them at this time.
Wow.
What they get back is that we will tell people about it, bring more people in to read their story, but also to see who we are. So it's a great little marketing for everybody.
Yes. It's wonderful to know that you're in a group rather than by yourself.
I think so. We also
it gives you strength that you're in a group.
We have 4 blog categories. One is going to be for publishing, one is going to be for marketing, one is for writer's craft, and one is to discuss intriguing ideas and intriguing reads. So that we'll open it up to a comment section so people can share what they've read, what they like. We do ask that the site be pretty much PG. We're not going to be accepting hot erotica at this time. We don't have an adult section. It's for everybody, so that we need to make clear. But we're excited about it. We have 3 wonderful stories up right now in a flash fiction that people can go and read, and there'll be more coming up. There's another story I'm going to post very soon, and they're a nice site. You go to the bookstore, and maybe you go to the speculative fiction writer's website and read a story.
That's fantastic.
And check out the author. Go to.
So proud of you guys. This is so wonderful.
We hope to grow the cooperative. It's called a writers cooperative.
Yes.
Called the speculativeffictionwriters.com.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's wonderful,
Check
wonderful,
us out.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Now I have to come up with the dream I had this morning. What a dream I had. That would be the wildest story. Oh, unbelievable.
Jot it down. Jot it down in 2,500 words or less, and we'll post it.
Okay. It's sort of scary.
Oh, we like scary. We like scary. I think, what did I say on I use a Stephen King quote. I love mysteries, I love horror or something, and I love ghosts. And that's right on the front of our website. So.
Oh, thank you so much for coming in, Krista.
Thank you for having us again.
It's so wonderful to have you here because so many of the authors are wobbly. They don't know, where to go, what to do, just like me.
Exactly.
So it's wonderful to have somebody come on and talk about a way to find out how to do it.
Absolutely. When somebody comes to us, then we also learn from them too. So it's just a community of growing, trying to understand this industry.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Will you come in again?
We will. I hope so. Linda's going to be up next.
Linda, you come in, please.
Linda Kane, next time.
Okay, honey. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Hope my voice will be right back.